back here with April, the dietitian here at Rouse's. Great to see you as always, April.
Great to see you too. Thanks for having me.
So our main ingredient today is Brussels sprouts, and I feel like Brussels sprouts can be sometimes a little bit polarizing.
Right.
Some people love them, some people don't.
Right.
Some people just haven't really explored them that much.
Yes, exactly. So you know what's great about different fruits and vegetables and all different foods is that they change when you cook them in different ways, okay?
Right.
So if you've tried Brussels sprouts where they've been either boiled or they've been steamed and you weren't a big fan of them, maybe try roasting them because gives it a whole different flavor dimension.
100%.
Yeah,
They taste so different based on how they're cooked. So tell us about the recipe, how you're going to prepare them today.
All right, so this recipe, I actually came up with this recipe because my brother grew some dill weed in his herb garden.
Okay.
And he had an overabundance of it. You know how like sometimes when you're growing things in your backyard, it all of a sudden
And then you're like, I need to give some of these to my neighbors and friends. I got too much. What's happening?
I had a bunch of dill. So I actually combined the dill with the Brussels sprouts and the carrots, and it just gave it a whole different flavor dimension. So that's what we're doing today. So we have some Brussels sprouts, which are cut in half. You can quarter them as well. And then we have some baby carrots. All right, and then we're going to be roasting them, but we're going to season it with our Rouse's olive oil.
So good.
Yes, I love it. And the reason why olive oil is a good way to go is because of the heart healthy effects that it has with us. It is a low in saturated fat. It is high in unsaturated fat, and so it's actually a heart healthy oil to use. And then we're going to use our Rouse's Parmesan cheese as well, granulated garlic. We're going to use some dill weed that's in this jar, and we're going to use a little bit of salt and pepper to season it as well.
So this is sounding great. I can't wait to get started in just a little while. But tell the folks here and the folks at home, if they're trying to shop healthier and look for healthy options, how can they do that here at Rouse's?
Well, Rouse's makes it easy for you because we do have something called Eat Right with Rouse's program, where we do have some items that are tagged with Eat Right with Rouse's. We also have our website. We're growing the Eat Right with Rouse's segment of the website as well. So you can go to rouses.com and find out more information about that as well.
Things like April's stamp of approval.
Yes, absolutely. And our veggies are always going to get the stamp of approval, right?
Can we tell that to my wife and kids? We need to eat more vegetables at the Emer household. So this is a great recipe for us. We can explore it at home. We hope you do as well. You can find it online. We'll be right back to get started in just a bit. Thanks, April. Hey, everybody, back here at Rouse's with April, the dietitian. So tell us, how did you get to be a dietitian?
How did I get to be a dietitian? Okay.
How did this all get started?
Well, I've always had a desire to help people eat well. I've always been interested in nutrition. I have a lot of diabetes, heart disease, a lot of things in my family that nutrition plays an important role for prevention and control over those things. So it's always been of interest to me. So it's exciting to me. And I love food. I love, talking about food and cooking and.
Can I tell you a secret?
What's
I love food too. Food is good. All right, so we're cooking something really good today. This is our Brussels sprout and carrot dill bash, you're calling it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so what do we need to do here to get started?
So we have our Brussels sprouts cut in half in the bowl, and then we're going to add our baby carrots to the bowl. And this is a great recipe, like if you want to get the kids involved too. It's a great family recipe. We're going to add some Rouse's olive oil. It's about 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Like I was telling you, it is a healthy oil, okay? So you want to look for olive oil, you want to look for your healthier oils whenever you're choosing which type of oil. And then we're going to also add we have garlic powder right here. The garlic powder is about a tablespoon of garlic powder, or a teaspoon. It's a teaspoon of garlic powder, sorry. Look, notice I'm not measuring, but I do eyeball a lot of things, but I am gonna add about a tablespoon of the dill.
You know what's funny is we've worked with so many different chefs and cooks on the show, and some of them like to measure stuff exactly, and others are just like, let's see what happens here. So whatever works best for the individual chef.
Now for the salt, I do some I do where you're just going to use a pinch,
Okay.
because that's always important. And remember, it's going to go through the whole dish, so it's not going to be eaten by, you're not going to eat the whole dish, okay? So, and then also we're going to use 2 pinches of our black pepper as well, okay?
So the salt is not one that you should just go, we'll
we
see
don't
what
want it.
happens
We're
here.
trying not to add too much
Right.
salt, you know,
Gotta be
because
conscious,
just for our blood pressure and just for our overall health, we can always add more later if we really need it. But
Right.
whenever but you can't take it out. So once you put it in, it's in there. And then the other thing we're going to do is we're going to add our Parmesan cheese as well. And our Parmesan cheese is going to be about 3 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese that we're going to add. And I have the grated Rouse's Parmesan cheese. You can also get fresh cheese and grate it if you would like. And then we're going to just mix it together. So I just have a glove on my hand and I'm going to mix this together. But wouldn't this be fun just to get like your kids to just, hey,
yeah.
get dirty.
They
get
love
dirty.
to get their hands in there.
Yeah,
and stuff,
get
too.
your
And-
hands in there.
And the good
mix
thing at this
it.
point too, it's not hot or something that's on the stove, and you can do
Exactly.
this part yourself by putting it in the oven, but they can help you mix it all
True.
together. And stuff.
Yes, yes, I love that.
Great idea. So you're going to mix it all up, you're going to spread it out in the pan, and then how long do we put it in for and at what temperature?
So we are going to bake it for about 30 minutes at 375. But before we do, I got to get you to smell this. This is really smelling good.
Yes, that smells great. That's all that
it's
good
really got
stuff
this
coming together.
Really fantastic smell. And if you can put it in, cover it and put it in the refrigerator overnight, that's even better too.
That's
'Cause
more
then
time
it'll
for all
be-
the flavors
all
to
the
soak
flavors
in.
to soak in. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get this here. We're going to get it in the oven. When we come back, we'll take a look at the finished product, y'all, here at Rouse's.
Hi everybody, welcome back into our final cooking segment with dietitian April here. Now you and Joe have been working on these Brussels sprouts and carrots. For our friends who are just now tuning in, tell us what that process looked like.
Yes, okay, so we took our fresh Brussels sprouts, our baby carrots, combined them, put them in some Rouse's olive oil, garlic, dill, salt, and pepper.
Yeah.
And put them in the oven for at 375 for about 30 minutes, and boom, we have it.
Boom, I love it. Now you put on Parmesan cheese beforehand,
Yes.
but you also said you could kind of top it off a little bit after as well.
You can top it off, and you can see how pretty this is. It's very
Yeah.
colorful. These are kind of hot, so don't burn your mouth, but yeah, they're fresh out of the oven. You can also, you can make it as a side dish. You can make it as a main meal and have you could put some quinoa or some rice with it, some brown rice. That would be really healthy dish. And
that's good.
yeah.
And so I'm new to the Brussels sprout fan club.
Oh.
Very, very new, maybe a couple weeks.
Oh.
So I've only had them roasted and then seared, but this is super good. It just brings out those flavors. But it's
Yes.
definitely, you get a lot more of that flavor when you're roasting it rather than boiling them.
Absolutely. And what we were thinking about earlier too is whenever you boil your vegetables and you throw off the water, you are throwing off some of those good nutrients that are coming out of the vegetable. So by roasting it, you're keeping everything right there. I mean,
Right.
you're just literally heating it and letting it absorb some flavors that you put on it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fun, easy dish, one pan recipe. Those are really popular right now. A lot of people are looking for what can I do to just dirty one pan?
Right. Well, this is definitely that for sure. Now, this is really good. Now, our friends at home can also get involved with Eat Right with Rouse's, and you guys make it so easy for us who come in and shop.
Yes, absolutely. So they can actually sign up for our newsletter by emailing eatright@rouses.com, and we send out a monthly newsletter that will motivate you and give you some new recipes and tell you about our new products at the store. And we also have our Eat Right with Rouse's program inside the store where we have those items that are dietitian recommended that are marked off to show you where to go.
Well, there's no excuse because you guys do it for us. So thank you for that. These are so good. Now, if they want to get this recipe, they can just go visit your website.
Yes, yes. So they can go to rouses.com. If you click on cooking, and it'll tell you recipes, and you can search recipes, and you'll find lots and lots of recipes. You'll find this recipe as well as Chef Nino's recipes as well, and many recipes. So if you're looking for something good and you're trying to just figure out what you want to make this weekend, go to rouses.com.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So really enjoy this. I know you will too. It's great for an easy night if you're just getting off of work, making dinner, a great side, good for the summer. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, and thank everybody for being here.